In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to stand out and shine in your industry so that your true gifts and magic are coming through and standing out amongst all of the noise on social media, because we know that there are so many coaches and different businesses out there. And we're going to go through a couple things today. So definitely grab a pen and a piece of paper, because we're going to be going through a specific exercise together. And if you are brand new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you're notified each and every Wednesday when I post these Wealth Wednesday videos to help you rise into more worthiness and wealth. All right, so let's dive right in. How do you stand out amongst the sea of people, thousands of people on social media, or maybe you're going to an in-person networking event? How do you stand out so that you're memorable and that you're not just sounding like everybody else? So I see this all the time, especially at networking events, where there are 5 different realtors and they all kind of say the same thing. You know, I'm responsive. Maybe they say, they have like specific business cards or whatever that might be that makes them kind of stand out. But in general, a realtor is a realtor. They're going to help you sell your house. So how do they, or, if you're a realtor, if you're a coach, how do you start standing out and magnetizing the people that need to hire you right now? Whether you're in person, whether you're on a video, whether you're doing a post, whatever that is. So it's twofold. First, it's about embodying who you really are. You have unique gifts. You have a personality that can really shine through. And you probably feel it through my frequency. And I hear this all the time where people are saying, oh my gosh, I just resonate with your energy. Your energy is contagious. It's because I've done a lot of the inner work to release, oh my gosh, I've had shame and guilt around who I was and my identity, and sharing my story of going from homeless and having eating disorders and PTSD. And a lot of you guys know my story. It's because I've worked through a lot of those things internally, so that I can show up and shine to you. So what you're seeing and what you're feeling is who I really am. So you can even ask my husband. I might be a little bit more animated on these videos, but this is how I really am in person. So it's really about doing that inner work, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's journaling or therapy or coaching, whatever that might be, so that who you are on the outside is who you really are on the inside, and that shines through. Guess what happens when that person comes across, your soul client comes across your energy in a video? They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I have to hire that person. Yes, there's 1,000 other coaches out there, but this person, I don't know what it is about them. You're gonna hear people say this, but I just really resonate with them. And again, I hear this all of the time, and I'm so humbled and I'm so grateful. I know that so many of you are my clients watching these videos. It's because I've done that inner work. I have done so much over the past 11 years. And so it's layer by layer. So really just be gentle with yourself, but start showing different aspects of who you are, feeling safe in your body to shine as you really are. So maybe for you, it's taking that next step and telling a part of your story that feels vulnerable. Maybe you do it in a more safe community rather than kind of putting it out all over Facebook. Take these small steps to allow people to get to know, like, and trust you. Because when you show up as you, I promise you that is going to be magnetic to that soul client that is ready to hire you. So that's the first part of this. The second part, which is you're gonna need your pen and paper, is to write out your 10 strengths. And I actually have a list of, some examples here that I'm gonna go through. The 10 strengths that you have in your business that make you stand out. So I'm just going to read off here because I have a list. So an example could be, maybe you have quick response times. Like if you're a client of mine, or if you're even in Elevate Healers Academy or any of my group programs, I'm answering you within a couple hours, because that is important to me. I want to make sure that you feel supported, that you feel loved. And so that is a huge strength of mine, where, a lot of other coaches, and of course we all have lives and busy schedules and all of that, but I've had kind of a little bit of a challenge with some other people that I've interacted with, where I won't hear from them for days and I'm like, knock, knock, hey, are you there? So Quick response time is definitely a big strength of mine in my business. And I really take pride in that because I want you to feel supported. So whether it's a message, an email, hey, can you look at something? I am right on it. Team support. So when you're a client of mine, not only do you have access to me, but you also have access to my assistant Priscilla, who can help you with payments or whatever that might be that you need support with. Finding a recording. I have a support coach. I actually just brought on another support coach who, so it's Katie and then also Christy. I was finding that a lot of functional medicine pharmacists were coming to me saying that they needed help with a specific platform called Practice Better. So you get access to these people without having to pay extra. That is another big, big bonus. Another perk could be that you offer your clients something for free. So for me, it's one-on-one clients get access to workshops. Like I have an upcoming Pivot to Profit workshop. All of my one-on-one clients are getting access to that because it's a bonus. It's something that I want them to have access to. It's going to help them in their business. So think of those little things that you might do in your business that are bonuses or perks. Another, I'm going to skip down here to one of the ones at the bottom. Every single client of mine gets a welcome gift, and they also get cute little cards. I know you guys like show and tell. I'll just send random cards, so you can't probably read that because it looks backwards to me. But it's just a really nice card that I had made up on Vistaprint that I just mail people. So I'll say, hey, congrats on the new job, or congrats on, this, whatever happened in your life. And I put this little card in there, and it's just, I think it's really nice. And then they can hang it. I've had a lot of people say that they hang, my cards, they keep my cards. So it might be something as simple as that. Like, hey, every time a new client comes in, they get, I know my clients get a queen crown. They get a welcome gift. I send them gifts throughout the program, or I celebrate them and write a little thank you card or celebration. So that is a strength. So if you are not doing these things yet, that's okay. Jot down some of these ideas and implement this for yourself. Excuse me. Okay, so the next thing could be, hey, you offer payment plans that are affordable or flexible. I'm just kind of listing some things out to jog your memory here of what you can have as your strengths. There's a lot of different ways to work with me. So DIY courses, done with you courses, one-on-one. That's another strength. I highlight all of my clients. So whether it's in a Testimonial Tuesday, whether it's in a book, there were 19 people in this book. I would say probably 75% of the people in this book have been a past client of mine. They did not pay a dime for to be in this book. So they got it for free. So just little perks like that go a long way. Another thing that I find is a strength is that years later, like, you're not just a one-time client with me. There is a relationship. I actually just talked to a client who I had 4 years ago. And, I'm just like, hey, how's, your house at Cape Cod, and how's this and how's that? And, she invited me. She's like, oh, if you ever want to come up to the Cape, like, hey, you can come stay with me. There is a bond, there is a relationship there that my clients I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful for the people that come into my world. And there's that relationship that I've grown with them. And so, there's that reciprocity and, oh, how's your grandchild, or how's this or how's that? And, I actually I'm thinking of another client who I had a couple of years ago who had always had a dream of being in a musical. And she finally was in one. So I sent her flowers through Amazon. Amazon's awesome for everything. And I was like, hey, I know she hasn't been a client in a couple of years, but I follow people. I want them to be happy. I celebrate things that I know are a big deal to them, because when they win, it just fills me with so much joy. So sending things like that come from the heart, I think is a huge strength. I've had coaches that I have signed up with them and spent tens of thousands of dollars with them, and I have never received a gift, a card, any extra. And so because of that experience, and every coach is so different, I want to make it a point to send flowers, send a card, give them a welcome gift, make them feel supported. So all of these things are ways that you pour love into your clients. And so these are just some examples of how this can show up, so that you can really stand out. And we're going to tie this together with a bow at the end. I'll tell you why we're writing out these strengths. I'm looking at some of these other things here. So give opportunities. I've had clients where their dream was to be featured in a magazine. And I have a friend from college who is a journalist. So I'm like, hey, here's this opportunity. I try to connect people with who they're looking to connect with. It could be a client, it could be a helpful connection, whatever that is. Again, this is wealth circulation. If you've been watching my videos, you know I always talk about this. These are priceless for your client, and they know that you love and care and support them. So that was my number 10. Above all, you will feel loved, supported, and cherished above all. So those are all strengths, and I'm sure we could list out a ton more, but I want you to dial into your unique strengths for your business. Is it a premium service? Do you offer different payment plans? We kind of went through a lot of different examples here. And so when you're messaging out there on social media or at an in-person networking event, go maybe towards the bottom of your list. So it could be whenever you're pitching your program or you're saying, a little bit more about what you do. Hey, and by the way, I have really kick-ass 24/7 support. I'm just making this up. I don't know. But how can you stand out? Again, I use the realtor example. There's so many realtors out there. What is it that makes you different? Is it that you give them an amazing charcuterie board at the end of the sale, or you're available, flexible hours? I don't know. I'm just kind of like making things up of what this could look like for different businesses. But I know that a lot of you watching are coaches. So how can you start to message and share? And I know that there's a lot of you that are like, oh, well, I don't want to brag, or I don't want to seem like I'm like bragging out there and saying, well, I'm wonderful and this and that. There's a way to say it that you can own. Hey, if you're a new client of mine, you get a special welcome gift. And if you're a one-on-one client, you get XYZ. So you get all of this support built in. There's a way to say it so that you're not bragging, but you're owning with confidence. This is who I am. This is what I have to offer. This is what makes me different. So I would love to hear in the comments, what is it both internally, maybe it's a shift that you want to make or a story that you want to start telling to really bring your brilliance through in your social media, it could be. So that's that inner shift. And then I want you to brag on yourself with me here. I always tell my clients this too, because we don't brag on ourselves enough. We're like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So write out. I would love to see what are some of the things that make your business unique, that is a stamp of someone would be like, oh yeah, that's, Nicole, that's so Nicole, right? That's so her signature because she does XYZ. So as you know, you guys always see the little shine. So that's when people think of me, it's like shine, energy, brilliance, all of that. That is my signature. And so whenever you're putting yourself out there, that is your frequency, that is your signature. So it's both energetic, but also practical things that you do that can help you stand out and show up and shine. So I cannot wait to hear from you. What makes you stand out? Let me know in the comments. Again, make sure you're subscribing, liking this video, and I will see you on the next Wealth Wednesday. Let's do the damn thing.